What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Eternal Cuber. Today we're going to be doing a cubing battle between the GAN 11M Pro and the RS3M Super. The RS3M Super is the ball core maglev version. Alright, let's get to it. I'm going to start off by unboxing each cube, and the GAN 11M Pro I got in the Speed Cube Shop GAN Blue Box bundle. Make sure to go check that out. It was really fun to unbox. Check out the video right up here where I unbox this, a 2x2 and a 3x3 all in the same bundle, but because of that I don't have the GAN 11M Pro box, but it came in this. As for the RS3M, I did buy that. In the box there you can see the ball core, golden internals, and now let's open them up. Starting with the GAN Blue Box bundle, very cool design. You can see the silver inside of the box, and here's the 4x4, or where it would be. Here's where the 2x2 was. Separate reviews on those, check those out right up there as well. Now let's get to the 3x3 though, because that's what we want to see. The adjustment box right here has, go ahead and get this out of the way. This adjustment box has the standard GAN bag, because I don't already have enough cube bags at all. So I got another one, and it comes with the silver plastic adjustment piece and the spare tensioning parts, which go from settings 3 and 4 instead of the ones that are already in the cube, which are settings 1 and 2. So you can swap these dark blue pieces out for the pieces that are already in there. I'll show you that later though. Alright, go ahead and get the accessories box out of the way. Here's the cube, and I'm just going to set it right over here while I unbox the RS3M Super. Open the box. Here's our accessories. Inside the accessories box, we have the adjustment tool, which is the same as always. We have the replacement center tensioning system piece, which is purple, whereas the previous model, the RS3M 2020, had a blue spare replacement center piece. And we have the MOU screwdriver. I do realize these cubes usually do come with a little informational pamphlet, but I already opened mine and I lost it, and my light just flickered. I think the power might be going out. Yep, there it goes again. Okay, but this cube did come with an informational paper. I unboxed this cube in an earlier video. Check that out right up here. Same video as I unboxed the GAN Blue Box bundle in. And I lost the informational paper somewhere in my collection of informational papers and adjustment tools and stuff, which just happens to be inside of this Speed Cube Shop Apple Cube box. Here's the cube inside the case. Very sturdy case. No one's getting in there. Very, very safe cube. And if we take the top off, or the bottom, set that over there, we have the cube with the MOU logo on it, and I'm gonna set this off to the side because I want to point out something about this case. On the bottom you'll see an odd looking plastic piece here. If you take the plastic piece off, turn it over, you'll see a little hole right there. You can fit this piece into the hole and it becomes a cube stand, which is actually a very cool detail. And when I'm not making videos on this cube, I like to have this cube somewhere up on my display behind the video, because this stand just makes it look pretty cool. Alright guys, just a quick look at the weight of each cube. The RS3M Super is 56 millimeters in size, so pretty standard. These are the same size actually, but 56 millimeters, but it is a very heavy 86 grams. Whereas the GAN 11 is also 56, but only, dropped the RS3M, but this is only 56 grams. So you can tell a huge difference in the weight of these cubes. This one is a lot heavier. I don't really care that much that this one's heavier, but just so you know, there is a significant weight difference. Alright, now let's get into the features, starting with the RS3M. If you remove a center cap, you can see we have the standard MOU adjustment system, but underneath that screw, there is actually maglev technology. So this is a maglev cube. And if we remove an edge, kind of hard to remove an edge. There we go. You can see here's the corner magnets, and inside there is our ball core. Kind of hard to see. Let me remove a couple more pieces to make it a bit easier. There we go. There's our ball core underneath there. So the features on this cube are, of course, maglev, corner magnets, and then the ball core. And just inside here we have the scale tracking, and in case you haven't noticed, golden internals, which actually looks really good on camera, but in real life, it just looks even more impressive too. If you're holding a piece of the cube, it looks so normal like this, and then it's golden. It really is a very cool detail that I dropped it. It's a really cool detail that you wouldn't notice by just looking at the outside of the cube, but I really, really like it. Go ahead and put the cube back together here. Just a couple edge pieces and a couple corner pieces, and we will be done. By the way, you guys, I put a lot of time and effort into these videos, and it would mean so much to me if you would click the big red button or gray or whatever color it is at the time you view this video. I don't know what YouTube's gonna change it to, if they're gonna change it, but it would mean a lot to me if you would click the subscribe button right below the video, give this video a thumbs up, and check out some of my other content, because I do put a lot of work into these videos. Okay, I got the cube back together, and that's pretty much all you need to know about the features of the RS3M. And now, let's go ahead and do the features for the GAN 11M Pro. Here's the cube right here. Again, 56 grams, 56 millimeters, same size as the RS3M, very different weight. Underneath the center cap, we have the standard, except for this is different on a couple GAN cubes, but for this and for the GAN XS, which I have right here, you can see underneath both of these center caps, it looks very similar, except this one has the dark blue plastic piece, which I talked about earlier, and I'm now going to address again. These extra dark blue center pieces replace the light blue centerpiece in there. This light blue has two settings. It has settings 1 and 2, and the dark blue pieces have settings 3 and 4, so you can go through all 4 settings, which is really nice. On the GAN 13, which I just did a review on, check that out up there, you have all 4 settings on one piece, which just makes it a little bit easier to adjust, but this isn't that bad. I changed it out on the XS, and it didn't take me that long. Okay, you guys, I removed the blue plastic piece, and you can see here we have our spring. So this cube is not maglev, but it does have a nice spring, and underneath this little piece here, twist it 90 degrees, take it out. I can open up the cube, and here's the inside. You can see we have the plastic core and a fair amount of dog hair, and then in here we have no corner magnets, unlike the RS3M. We do have magnets on the side of the pieces, which I did forget to mention on the RS3M, but there are magnets on the faces of the pieces, but not the corners. And of course there are no edge magnets, because that was a brand new technology in the GAN 13. I'll go ahead and put the cube back together, and we can start with some first turns. Okay, you guys, I got both cubes put back together. Now let's go ahead and do some first turns, starting with the GAN 11 this time. I have already done a separate review on both cubes. Check these out right up here on my reviews playlist. And I have already set these up, and I have already turned them, but I'm going to turn them for the first time in this video. And as always, they're going to turn great. Alright, super fast cube. It almost feels, it's kind of hard to describe. It feels a little bit blocky when I'm turning it. It's very light, extremely light, and it almost feels hollow. And I am catching up a little bit because even though the corner cutting is pretty good, it's great right up until 45 degrees. And then at 45 degrees, it's not really good. And just turning this cube, I can definitely tell that the corner cutting is not very good, and it does impact the turning a lot. It is a very fast cube, however, so it is a little bit uncontrollable, and I am catching up a fair amount just because of the speed of the cube. It's fast, but the controllability, aka the corner cutting and stuff, it's just not as good. So that is one issue I have with turning this cube. Now I'm going to do some first turns on the RS3M, and then we'll do some comparisons. And then I pre-timed myself for a 20 self-average, and I will let you know which cube I did better on. Alright, here's the RS3M. I'm going to go ahead and do some first turns on this. Okay, you guys, this cube is almost as fast as the 11. It's not quite as fast. The 11 is very, very, very fast. One of the fastest cubes I've ever turned. I might even say faster than the 13, but that's not a good thing because it has too much speed and it's just uncontrollable, whereas the RS3M is extremely fast, very light to turn, which is very nice. Very consistent turning feel, but it is much more controllable than the 11, which I really appreciate because the 11 is not very controllable. But this cube with the corner magnets, I think that's the feature that just makes it that much better than the 11, because I don't catch up on this cube. Corner cutting at 45 degrees is great. I'm not catching up at all. It is a bit heavier, but that doesn't bother me in the slightest. It may be a little bit different to you, but for me personally, the weight difference between the GAN 11 and the RS3M doesn't bother me that much. Okay, you guys, that's just about it for the video. I just want to go ahead and test out the GAN bag really quickly, even though it's going to be the same as every other one. Go ahead and throw the cube in there. And as always, very nice bag to hold your cube. The RS3M is looking a little lonely, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a bag of its own from Speed Cube Shop, the best puzzle store that there is. There we go. As always, from Speed Cube Shop, high quality stuff, and looks pretty darn good. Alright, as I said, I did do a 20 solve average, so I'm going to go ahead and pull up the results for that. Alright, you guys, I pulled up CS Timer. For those of you who don't know, CS Timer is a super helpful Rubik's Cube timer that has tons of different tools and features to help you train. This average of 20 was done with the RS3M Super, and the result was 18.74, which is a very, very good average for me. I usually average 18.5 to 19 seconds, or 18.5 to 20 seconds, so this was definitely in the better range of my average. Now let's go ahead and check out the average for the GAN 11M Pro. Here's the GAN 11M Pro, and here is the 20 solve average with it. The result of this was 19.65. While I was solving, I definitely locked up a lot more than I did on the RS3M Super, and I think that's just due to the bad corner cutting on this cube, and this average is almost a second worse than the RS3M. So in terms of performance, time-wise, and just overall turning-wise, I would say that the RS3M definitely beat the GAN 13, or sorry, the GAN 11. I did do a video on the GAN 13, make sure to check that out on my channel, but this is the 11, and I think the RS3M Super definitely beat the 11 in terms of turning. Okay guys, that's it for the video. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like it, please make sure to smash the subscribe button down somewhere along the bottom of the video here. It would help me out a lot and really just give me more motivation to make more videos like these for you guys. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.